Daniel thought distance meant danger. When her replies slowed down, he felt it immediately. Not loud, not dramatic, but different. And different is enough to wake fear. He replayed everything. The night she said she was tired. The morning she didn't send her usual message. The way her laugh felt softer. He thought, she's losing feelings. But what he didn't see was her side. She didn't wake up one day and decide to pull away. It happened quietly, gradually, like someone lowering the volume on a song they once loved. Not because they hated it, but because life got louder. She was tired, not of him, of everything. Work was heavier, expectations were louder. Her mind was crowded, and when someone feels overwhelmed, they don't always reach out. Sometimes they retreat, not to escape love, but to survive pressure. Daniel saw silence. She felt exhaustion. Daniel saw shorter texts. She felt emotional fatigue. Daniel saw distance. She felt overstimulation. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. When someone feels emotionally flooded, their nervous system shifts into protection mode, and protection can look like detachment. She started answering slower, not to test him, but because even typing felt heavy. She avoided deep conversations, not because she didn't care, but because she didn't have the energy to explain feelings she didn't fully understand herself. There's a difference between losing feelings and losing emotional capacity, and most people confuse the two. Daniel interpreted behavior. She was battling internal pressure. He needed reassurance. She needed space. And when those needs collide without communication, distance grows. She noticed his tone changing. More questions, more tension. Are you okay? Did I do something? Why are you different? She didn't know how to answer because she wasn't different toward him. She was overwhelmed within herself. And when someone feels pressured while already overwhelmed, they withdraw further, not because they don't care, but because they feel like they're failing to be present, failing to be consistent, failing to be the version of themselves they used to be. Daniel thought if she cared, she would try harder. But effort looks different when someone is exhausted. She still thought about him, still smiled at old messages, still felt warmth, but her emotional battery was low, and low emotional energy can look like indifference. This is where relationships quietly fracture, not from betrayal, not from drama, but from misinterpretation. She didn't pull away to create pain. She pulled away to breathe. Sometimes distance is not rejection, it's regulation. When someone is anxious, they seek closeness. When someone is overwhelmed, they seek quiet. Both are coping, but without awareness, they feel like opposites. Daniel needed reassurance. She needed understanding. He interpreted her silence as loss of love. She experienced his worry as pressure. Neither was wrong, but neither understood. And misunderstanding is the silent killer of connection. Here's the deeper psychology. People with anxious attachment move toward connection when afraid. People with avoidant coping move away when overwhelmed. It doesn't mean they love less. It means they regulate differently. And if both partners don't recognize that, they start fighting symptoms instead of solving causes. She didn't know how to say, I'm overwhelmed, not uninterested. He didn't know how to say, I'm scared, not accusing. So they both reacted instead of revealing. And reactions create walls. Honesty creates bridges. The truth about why she pulled away, it wasn't about him. It was about her capacity. But capacity is invisible. So he made it personal, and she made it silent. The turning point wasn't confrontation, it was clarity. Daniel stopped asking, "What's wrong with us?" and started asking, "Are you okay?" Not with tension, not with accusation, but with calm. She finally admitted she felt drained, not from love, from life. And in that moment, distance stopped feeling like rejection. It felt human. Sometimes the person pulling away isn't detaching from you. They're trying to stabilize themselves. But if you respond to distance with panic, they retreat further. If you respond with calm curiosity, they feel safe enough to return. Love doesn't always disappear loudly, but it also doesn't always struggle for the reasons you think. Before assuming loss of feelings, ask, is this emotional withdrawal or emotional overload? Because sometimes the side you don't see is the one fighting quietly. And sometimes what looks like pulling away is just someone trying to breathe.